Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is Manifest with Me in March, episode 12. So today we're going to be talking about manifesting when you're depressed. All right, interesting topic. It's funny because a couple of you guys brought this up in the comments in my last Manifest with Me videos asking like, Rainbow, what if I'm going through something right now, or I'm really busy, or I'm depressed, or I'm distracted, or I'm negative, or I'm in the middle of a breakup, like can I still manifest and can I still do this process? And the answer is yes, and I'll share that with you guys in a second, how that works. But just to kind of catch you guys up on what we've done so far, at this point in the moon cycle, you've set your intentions, you've made some kind of vision board, or perhaps you've just written in great detail what it is you would like to manifest. You've spent some time visualizing your manifestations. You've primed your energy by feeling like grateful for the things that you have, remembering times you've manifested things, like you've built your faith a little bit in this process. And in a couple of days, we're gonna get ready to take action. So tomorrow is gonna be a really important day, and the day after that is gonna be extremely important. If you've skipped steps or you haven't seen all the videos along the way, I encourage you to go back and watch all of the videos. There's 12 of them so far. They're only a couple minutes each. If you're wondering, is it okay? Is it gonna work if I don't do all the steps? At this point, if you want a shortcut, just write down a list of manifestations and close your eyes and spend a couple minutes visualizing what it would feel like to receive those things. And that's pretty much it. All the other stuff is like bonus work. You know, bonus points could help make the energy stronger. But if you want a shortcut and you're just jumping in on this video right now, just write down a list of stuff you want. That's pretty much it. You can even write it on your phone. I wrote my manifestations on my phone this time. So, manifesting when you're depressed. So, when you're feeling depressed, you're obviously feeling down. You're feeling like, you know, maybe nothing's working out for you. You're doubting yourself. And this could be caused, just honestly, depression can be caused by many different things, okay? Once again, if you feel depressed or you feel down or you feel like you need professional help, please go to psychologytoday.com to find a licensed medical practitioner in your area. Just gonna throw that out there. There's no hurt and no shame in getting help. I've suffered from depression. I've gotten help from it. I've done professional help. I've done, spiritual help. I've done a lot of different things to help myself along this journey. So I do have experience with this. And I want to tell you guys, I manifested a couple of really huge shifts in my life when I was depressed. Sometimes being depressed can actually kind of help your situation. I don't want you guys to get the wrong point that you have to be depressed and to manifest it, or it'll make your manifestations better. But sometimes when you're depressed, you kind of get this vibe like you've hit rock bottom, and like you don't really know what to choose, like it doesn't really matter. And sometimes when you get to that rock bottom energy, the place that it can actually take you to is to a place of surrender, where you basically just you give up control. You give up trying to like control and predict outcomes. Sometimes that depression, that rock bottom, can help you to release resistance so that you're free to open your mind to possibilities. I remember a couple of years ago, honestly, it wasn't that long ago, being at this point where I was depressed and I was going through this healing process, and like all this crap had happened in my life, and I just was kind of a mess. And I was trying to manifest more money. I was trying to manifest a better situation. I was trying to manifest just an entire life change. Like I wanted a life transplant. I wanted someone to just pick me up from my life and like drop me exactly where I wanted to be. And I was, searching online and Googling and just trying to figure out ways to like get a better situation. And I came across the law of attraction. This card just came out. I came across the law of attraction, manifestation, and like casting spells and stuff like that. And I had remembered times when I was younger, because I was raised in a really religious background, where I had actually prayed and like my prayers had come true. And so I kind of like already had that energy in me of like, maybe I'll try something kind of random, or I'll just ask for it. And so I started working on the process of manifestation and with law of attraction, even when I was really depressed. And it actually worked out for me. And I think it's because I was so screwed and I was so down that I really felt like I have nothing to lose. I literally have nothing to lose, so might as well try this out. So if you're feeling depressed or down, or you're going through something that's hectic, or your situation feels hopeless, or you really desperately need a change, you have nothing to lose by trying manifestation. And I know every single day on my channel, I'm giving you guys homework, and it might seem overwhelming, like you have to do something every day to manifest, but you don't. I'm just walking you guys through an entire moon cycle. And at the end, I'll give you guys a little recap video that you can come back to that's really simple, that you can follow every moon cycle. Doing certain things at certain phases of the moon is so natural. Like our ancestors did it, like our body responds to the moon. There's different energies that like happen during the moon cycle. We even will plant, like gardeners and people that work with plants will plant at certain phases of the moon, because plants can grow at, differently based off of when and how you plant them. And so kind of like in our life, I think of manifestation as like planting seeds. And if you kind of do it in a specific way and just like take care of it and kind of water it, like it'll grow. Imagine just planting a seed and forgetting about it and not watering it and not placing it in the sun, or, it might grow, but it might not. And it might just, you never know. And actually you can have a little bit more control over it when you kind of work with the energies. And so that's kind of what I'm teaching you guys to do with the moon cycle. And you don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be perfectly positive, and you don't have to be like perfectly healed to do this. It's not about that. And by the way, if you're actually not feeling very well and kind of depressed and you force yourself to be positive, that can actually be worse and backfire your manifestations, because that puts you in a state of resistance. So just allow yourself to be however you're gonna be, work through it. If you're depressed, please get help, professionally if you can, if you feel like it's a serious depression. If you're just kind of down and going through a grieving process, allow the process, take good care of your body, drink water, eat healthy, take a little walk, get some sunshine, self-care, the basics, that can go a long way. Even if you're going through something tough or you're stressed, allow yourself some time to laugh. You deserve it, watch a funny YouTube video or something. You don't have to punish yourself, just because something is going wrong or you're in a bad situation. It's all about balance. You don't want to completely neglect your situation. You do have control over it. You have the power to make change. But, give yourself a break sometimes. What I really think about manifestation is like the universe doesn't really care who you are. Like it can work for anyone. And I think that there's certain things you can do to make it work better. So being aware of where you're at, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, just being aware of it kind of helps. Sometimes when I manifest and I'm not doing very well, like I'll write about it, or I'll just say a prayer about it. And sometimes I'm like, I know, like I'm kind of just like blah lately, and but I still want to manifest this thing. And it's about worthiness too, it's about feeling like you're worthy. That does help, because sometimes if you feel bad or you're not feeling well, sometimes you feel this pressure, like I have to feel better, I have to be positive, I have to be happy. And I think that's a pressure our society places on us. I have a lot of experience growing up in America. You guys know I've traveled a lot, so I've kind of seen this a lot of places in the world as well. But speaking from my experience, when people ask you like how you are, you say, I'm good, how are you? And people will think you're weird if you overshare with them and actually say, I'm not well, I'm depressed, I didn't want to get out of bed today. People will be like, whoa, issues. So sometimes you can tell your true friends and family that kind of stuff, but for the most part you have to smile, you have to be fake. That's the thing I hated about working like a day job in the past, is that I'm a very sensitive, emotional person, and I have to go into work every day and pretend like I was super happy, especially because I used to work with kids. And so I had to just put on a happy face and do the whole fake it till you make it thing. And I just felt like I was really abandoning myself every day, and I wasn't like living my truth. I wasn't giving myself time to tap into my feelings and realize like I need to heal, like I have some sadness inside of me, or I feel depressed or whatever. And so I just say give yourself the space. You can always be honest with the universe, your higher self, God, whatever you want to call it, doesn't judge. And this energy that's around you, like you're part of this world, you're part of this planet, you're affected by the moon. Our body is, I don't remember much from science, you guys, but it's like a high percentage of water. Our body is like mostly made of water, and the moon has a huge impact on water, like the ocean and the tides. So it's going to have an impact on you. And so just reminding yourself, like, I'm a human, like I'm an emotional creature, like I have ebbs and flows. I have different seasons in my life and different seasons with my feelings. Like we've got winter, spring, summer, fall. I think emotionally we have that as well. So if you're going through like an emotional winter right now, you can still manifest. You can still make things happen in your life. I think it gets a little dangerous when you think that I'm just gonna try to manifest everything and write this list and not do anything and expect it all to come to me while I just lay in bed and do nothing. I think what we're going to be talking about over the next couple days is about how to take action, and I will tell you guys how to take action, like when you're depressed or when you're feeling down. How to take simple action steps. You are going to have to do some work, so I don't want you guys to get any misconceptions about what manifestation is. It's not just rubbing a magic lamp and making 3 wishes and just like it all comes. Sometimes it works like that, which is pretty awesome. I've heard your stories. I've been surprised by things I've asked for that just came to me out of nowhere, but you do kind of have to align yourself with that energy and become receptive in order to welcome it in your life. And you're co-creating with the universe, which means you have to take steps as well. You take a step, the next step comes to you. You take a step, then the universe sometimes brings you an opportunity or like a person to help or an answer to your prayer. And so I'm confident that even if you're depressed, you can still do something, you can still take steps. I started this channel when I was really depressed and I couldn't get out of bed. Actually, this is a blanket and I'm in bed right now. I'm not depressed right now though, to be honest with you guys. I've actually been feeling pretty good lately, but you know, there's still things you can do if you're feeling down, and I don't judge. We've all been through so much in life, you know, this society is rough. Sometimes even just the food that we're eating, you know, that is created, processed food and stuff like that can add to how we're feeling. But it will help you to feel better to manifest, because like I said, it's all about getting into alignment with the feeling of what you're trying to manifest. So let's say, for instance, you're trying to manifest winning the lottery. Well, that feeling and that feeling state is the feeling state of like bliss and joy and harmony and luck and fun and like excitement. Like you probably are going to have to, and also like confidence. You're going to have to kind of get into that vibe to align yourself with that, but you don't want to force it. You want to allow yourself to go there authentically. So if you're depressed, don't run from that and force yourself to be positive. Go towards the depression, get help for it, allow it, try to see like, what is this trying to teach me? What does my depression have to tell me? And once again, psychologytoday.com to find a licensed health practitioner in your area. Don't put down the idea of getting professional help or speaking to somebody, like a counselor or a therapist. I've done that at points in my life, and it's really, really helped me. I've learned a lot from it. So that's what I have to say about manifesting when you're depressed. You can still do it. I've done it. Most of everything I've manifested in my life, I've manifested when I was depressed. I think we are multi kind of energetic, emotional creatures. So we can have a layer of us that's like happy, but we can also deep down have part of us that's like sad, and we're always just processing things, and we can have subconscious emotions we're not even aware of. And so obviously clearing out your root chakra, which is what we did a couple episodes back, doing healing therapy and stuff like that can make your manifestation abilities stronger. Like I started to manifest like crazy when I was going through a healing process. Like I mentioned, I was depressed and I realized it and I got help. I got lots of different kinds of help. Like I talked to a doctor, I talked to a therapist and counselor. I worked with a psychic/life coach. I didn't do this all at the same time. It was just like little by little. I got acupuncture done. I did some non-traditional therapies. I did traditional medication. I got, my cards read sometimes to help boost my energy. I got Reiki work done. I worked on my physical health, like my appearance and exercising and eating healthy and getting more sunshine. I tried to have more fun and I started getting more creative. Like I did a lot over a span of a couple years to really start focusing on me, taking care of me and taking care of my health. And so my vibration raised. I also talked a lot about stuff that happened in my past and really went back and healed that. And so it cleared out my root chakra, and then all this stuff started manifesting super fast. So I went from being broke and pretty much homeless to traveling the world and living in infinite abundance and having 2 successful businesses in the course of just 4 or 5 years. And so it was kind of crazy. I call that a quantum leap, when you pretty much go from here to here on, in your life. And it seems like you just change overnight and you're like, wow, it happens fast. So you can make that kind of process happen. You can manifest a quantum leap, but you do have to do a lot of work, because remember, as within, so without. Whatever's going on inside of you is going to manifest in your outer reality. So if you do want a shortcut to manifesting something, there really are no shortcuts. But doing therapy and doing some healing and stuff like that will help you. Getting professional help if you really feel depressed and you feel down and you've been through trauma in your past and you haven't really talked about it, that it can help you, And so just be open to that and know that your heart will guide you to what you need to do. Sometimes just writing in a journal and having healthy ways to express your feelings can help you. So just keep that in mind, you guys. Manifestation does have a lot to do with the vibration you're in. And sometimes things do just come out of the blue, but working on yourself really helps. It really does help speed things up. And I think that's why I manifested things so fast, and huge manifestations I'd had my whole life came in after I had been doing the therapy and the healing and stuff like that. So anyways, you're going to choose a card to get a message about how to manifest when you're depressed or feeling down for your specific situation. Just a quick little message here for you. So you're going to choose number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4. If you choose number 1, we're going to get started. If you choose any of the other numbers, head to the description below, where the comments below, where my lovely subscribers always post the timestamps. So for those of you guys who choose number 1, to manifest during this time where maybe you're not feeling so hot, the first thing they're saying is rest. Sometimes when you're feeling down, rest just helps, and that usually tends to be the instinct. They say one of the side effects of depression doesn't necessarily mean you're depressed, but something that sometimes can come along with depression is a lot of sleeping. And I think it might just be because your body wants to rest and needs that time to reflect and recover. And so this is saying maybe you're just in the cocoon now and you will kind of bust out and become the butterfly when you're ready. This is working with the moon cycle. It's saying, you know what, even if you feel like you're in a personal winter like we talked about, you still can work with the moon. Your body is still connected with it. You can still reach out and ask for the things that you want. What's going to help you is just being really clear and really specific with your intentions. I feel like sometimes why people can't manifest when they're feeling really down is because sometimes that energy makes you feel indecisive, or makes you feel like I don't feel good enough to ask for it, or it's going to be too hard, or I'm just too tired to even write down this list of stuff I want. Sometimes you can be stressed and it just feels like there's no point. But like I said, for you, what's going to help here is might as well try. You literally have nothing to lose at this point. So see what happens. Let the universe surprise you. That's the vibe I was in when I first started trying the law of attraction. I was like, all right, universe, prove it to me. Like, if this is real, I'm gonna give it a try. There's all these people out there that are talking about law of attraction. It's super annoying. They're everywhere. They're coming out of nowhere all across your Instagram feed, and you're like, what is all this about? These people are crazy. And so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna try it, because, you know, seems doable. Bam, I was surprised. You know, let the universe surprise you. Just give it a try and you'll find out what works for you. You know, sometimes manifestation is more just about, like, practically a good way to describe it is just like setting a goal and sticking to it and believing it's possible. It's pretty much what it is. So be open. If you choose number 2, tips for you on manifesting when you're not feeling so well. Well, first of all, they're saying abundance is your birthright. Remember, abundance is your birthright. You were born into an abundant universe. And if you look outside, you know, sometimes who knows where you're at or what's going on, but there are probably some animals and some birds flying around, and somehow they're surviving. They've got their food. I mean, I've been in some really cold countries recently and I've seen some birds just surviving. I'm like, how do you do it? Like, it's so cold. Like, I'm here in this big coat and you're just chilling up there in that tree and you just living your life, and you finding your warmth somehow. Like, the universe will provide for you. Like, you know, you're here on this planet for a reason, and like, there will be a way for you to move forward. Not saying that you won't have to work hard. You know, you got to work. The momentum that whatever you put out in this world is what you get back. So if you're not putting anything out, you're not putting much out, or you're not putting good vibes out, or you're working for a job or a situation that, like, you don't like and you're doing the bare minimum, then you might get that back. But just remember, abundance is your birthright, and you do have what it takes to be able to work and make it happen for you. This is saying, like, acknowledging the kind of death cycle you've been going through. But it's funny because this bird here, the raven, is the bird of manifestation, and then there's this moon here, and maybe you can think of manifestation more as a transformation process. Maybe as you're going through your transformation, this cycle of kind of metaphoric death and rebirth in your life, you can manifest a new energy. Sometimes the energy could be more powerful as your things are coming to an end and you're kind of hitting this rock bottom. Like I said, you can have this, you're able to put out a strong vibe of like, I want it to change, I want something new, like I'm ready to try something else. And that can be a big burst of energy that can help you manifest. So you don't necessarily have to be super happy and positive and everything going right to manifest. This is saying for you though, make a decision, because there's this energy of kind of hesitation, and they're saying the best way for you to manifest right now is to make a strong decision. So I hope that resonates with you, and I'll see you later. If you choose number 3, tips for how you can manifest, even if you're not feeling so great. This does seem to have to do with finances, or feeling like you have to like beg for something. Maybe this is your attitude. Maybe instead of just thinking like, I have to beg and I have to plead and I have to get on my knees and pray to God to ask for things, maybe look at this from the energy of like, I create opportunities in my life. Like, I have free will to make choices on my own. Yes, God or the universe or whatever does help you and bless you, but sometimes when it comes to those beliefs, we put too much power in something outside of ourselves when we forget that we're a part of it. Like, we're one with the universe, we're one with God, or whatever you believe. Like, we're a part of that energy, or perhaps you believe you're created by it or something. So whatever your beliefs, like, you still have your free will. You still have like ability to make changes and choices and empower yourself. So pray and set intentions, but this is telling you you're going to have to realize with this manifestation process to take action, even if you're feeling down. And sometimes taking action and seeing the results from it can boost your confidence and can help with your energy and your feelings. So I hope that resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So if you choose number 4, a message to you about how to manifest or any tips for manifestation if you're feeling kind of down. This is actually a message to you that you are leaving difficult times behind. Maybe you've been kind of stuck feeling like this for a while, but you do have the grace. You can gracefully make your next choices and your next steps. And this is also saying sometimes when you're stuck in this pit of snakes, metaphorically, and there's all this stress and stuff happening in your life, you can't see outside of it. You can't see outside of the entanglements. But if you can get away from that, you'll be able to look back on your situation and you'll be able to kind of see your life from a different perspective. So I think this is a message about perspective. Maybe thinking more logically in your situation about like, where am I at now? And maybe just looking at it more logical. Obviously you have emotions, cut them out for 1 second and think, where am I at right now? And what do I really need to do to get to where I want to go next? And then sometimes you're in a really crazy situation and you just kind of have to deal and just flow with it and just take little tiny baby steps. This reminds me of when I was working a really hectic job in a really stressful work environment, and I actually lived in the same neighborhood that my job was in, so I just felt like I never got a break from it. I had worked there for years. I've told this story many times on my channel because like it still is fresh in my mind. And I just wanted to get out of that. I wanted to be more free. I wanted to have like a less chaotic lifestyle. I wanted to do something more creative with my life. And so I realized where I was at and was like, well, I can't just quit this job because I need the money and I need to pay rent and everything. But maybe I can work just a little bit nights and weekends. And so I'd come home, I'd be exhausted, I'd be stressed, but at least I could lay in my bed and like write an email or like work on a fashion article. And you know, sometimes I could save up a little bit of money and go to the city on the weekend and do like a photo shoot to work towards my creative goals. And so maybe you're just gonna have to focus on the tiny little baby steps it's gonna take to like help nurture what it is you want to manifest. And maybe you can't make a huge, bold, you know, like leap, but maybe it's just tiny little baby steps. So this is just about being practical for you. So I hope that this resonates. You guys, thank you so much for coming to my channel. I hope this resonates with you. If so, definitely leave comments below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Manifest with Me in March, episode 13. Peace out.